And we are black. Actually, just me. Does that joke ever get old? Anyone else?
No, I like it. I like it every time.
It's fun.
All right. Let's do some MMA talk. We got our boy Timothy BB in the house. What up, baby?
Tim B.
What it do?
Timbies.
We brought him in the house because he predicted the Stipe fight. He's been saying Stipe for quite some time, and
And
Stipe
we all
won.
laughed at him.
We all were like, "Stupid ass Tim."
Even Stipe saw it.
Even
and
Diz laughed.
Yeah, I said, I think he's gonna win.
Stipe,
chuckled
he's like,
my
Stipe
prediction.
laughed at Tim. He's like, "Oh my God, Tim was fucking right."
When it happened, he was like, dude, Tim, bro.
Oh wow! Wait, use that mic again. Test.
Bueno.
All right.
There it is.
Well, good. Anyone
I'm
hearing
good.
some weird sound things going in between? Is it just me?
It might be
don't.
this.
It might be the fan, bro.
Is it the fan?
Maybe
I'm-
it does a little click when it moves back and forth. I don't think it's going to be an issue.
No one else is hearing that?
No, I hear
No.
people talking in the back.
All
No,
right,
I'm not.
all right,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
No, I don't
Whatever,
hear
fuck
anything.
it. UFC 241 was a fucking awesome fucking card.
Dude,
Let me just start off by
especially-
saying,
Hey, real quick, especially at the Cabo Cantina.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Shit was off the
I'm turning that fan off.
Oh,
man. Number one fan.
Dude, Brian just killed our number one fan.
How
and
dare you, Breeze?
all of the just
It's
everything.
fucking with the audio. Like I'm not able to super hear this. Anyway, we brought along our boy Tim so we
gotta
can
do
have some
some
MMA
swords
talk.
and
If we're gonna
squats.
if we're gonna dive deep into some MMA talk, we're gonna get Tim in here. So thank you, sir, for being with us here today. Wonderful prediction on the Stipe fight. No one fucking believed you, and we all said
Stipe,
you were
Dick.
crazy.
Stop calling it
It's Stipe. Get it right.
Stipe.
Stipend.
It's
I actually
Stipe.
won some money off of that.
What'd you win?
I just won $1. But
Wow.
the respect.
Is that even worth talking about?
Yeah, the respect is what I won. Because I didn't take your. I actually wanted DC and I was gonna bet more money on him, but the person that I was betting wanted DC and he gave me odds. So
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Gave
Well,
you
good job.
odds and you still only won $1?
No, well, I wanted. I got more booze out of it.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
Right?
Hey, real talk.
1 cent bets.
It's like you
Corey,
gave you
I
odds and you still want
I
a
was
dollar?
I was betting with my 2-year-old freaking nephew.
God
Hey,
damn.
Spell, check this. My stepdad, we're at the river or whatever. That's why
Uh-huh.
we didn't hang out or whatever. But anyways, he bet me 20.
Yeah.
I won the 20 or whatever. I took that 20. We went to the casino, and I won like $340 off that shit.
Look at that.
No shit.
Stipe just making
Stipe-
dreams come true.
Yeah, dude.
Dreams gonna come true.
Good man. He's a firefighter.
They can happen to you.
Let's go.
Let's get
If
that guy down to the
you
Amazon
make
as
Stipe-
quickly as possible.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
well,
been 17 days already, man.
that was a wonderful fucking fight. That was the greatest card ever. I was in complete shock. I think DC was in complete shock. What did it for Steep was those body shots. Steep is like, you know what I've never done before on this fat motherfucker?
Punch him in his fat
Punch him
gut.
in his fucking
Because
gut.
that seems like
dude.
the most illogical thing to do.
That seems like the craziest thing to
Yeah,
do to a
yeah.
fat person.
Well, yeah, dude. Who's going to the gut to Roy Nelson? Nobody.
I know, but it doesn't it seem
So
the most
much-
logical thing to
so
do?
much stuff there.
Dude, here's
There's
the
a lot-
It wasn't his gut though. It was like his liver.
I
bro.
know, but
like,
you know, the
wow.
bread, the
And
bread
I saw it
basket.
the first one. I was like, oh, that shit looks
So
like
much
it hurt.
padding there.
The belly
14.
is deceiving. It's not. I mean, he's a strong dude. He's
Mm-hmm.
got some.
Yeah.
He's got a little bit of gut there, but I mean, he's mostly.
You don't know what hurts.
Yeah.
You're gonna hit
Yeah.
the belly, and it's just like this
So much.
magical place that you're like, what? Where is the pain going?
Dude, here's the strangest thing about that fight. The one thing that blew my mind about the fight, it was the post-fight interview because both dudes were like, I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know. Like if you talked when they asked Stipe, he's like, I don't know what the hell I was doing for the first 2 rounds. That wasn't even me. I was just making the dumbest decisions ever. I don't even. I look back at that. I'm like, what the hell was I thinking? And you talk to DC, and DC's like,
I don't know what I was doing the last 2
Yeah.
rounds.
and then I fucking
That's a
and then I
heavyweight
just
fight, though.
didn't listen to my corner. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Like both those guys were in each other's heads for different reasons. Stipe's like, this motherfucker knocked me out in the first round, and that's a fluke. That's bullshit. But I gotta make sure he doesn't do that shit again. So Stipe was being more careful to make sure he doesn't get stuck in that clinch. DC's like, I'm gonna box this motherfucker out again. Like I knocked him out, I'm gonna knock him out again.
Bad choice.
And so but it made for a great, entertaining
a
fight
brilliant
and
fight.
one of the
Great.
best comeback heavyweight fights ever. Both of them were just fucked up in the head with each other.
I see
and
it
the hype.
totally differently. What I see is
That's what happened though.
the first time because no, that's what happened. But
Yeah.
DC
Yeah.
took him down. I was like, this fight's over.
Oh, he picked his ass.
Right when
picked his
DC
ass
took him
He
down,
was
I was like, this
carrying
fight
him
is
for a little
Everything
bit.
was going exactly the way I thought.
Yeah.
Well, no, it wasn't. I just thought DC was gonna do what you said.
I didn't think he'd
pick him
hit
up,
him.
out wrestle him, whatever. But instead, DC's like, "Fuck you, dude! I'm gonna outbox you.
But
I
then-
knocked you out the first time. I'm gonna outbox you."
But
and
his
he
thing
was
is he poked him in the
outboxing him.
eye like 3 times, and Stipe was like, dude, ref, are you not seeing this, bro? Like, he poked me in the eye like 3 times already.
I didn't see
He
that.
looks at him. Okay.
There we go.
Yeah. So he looks at the ref. He's like, my eye. Like, he poked him in the eye like 3 times already.
DC got cocky. That's what it
I,
is.
no, I
wanted
don't
to
think he got.
box him.
I don't
He
think he
wanted
got
to box him.
cocky. I
Yeah.
think he
He
got
got-
comfortable.
He got punch drunk.
He got
He was
punch
like,
drunk,
I'm lighting this motherfucker up. My corner's telling me to wrestle, but hell no. I'm lighting this motherfucker up. I'm gonna knock him out again. I'm gonna show everybody my boxing skills.
Should have just
That's
gone to
what
the ground.
happened.
Should have
And
just gone
then
to the ground.
I don't think
Stipe,
punch
he
drunk
was
is the right word for that.
But I think that's like punch drunk means like I'm like you lose everything else and you just fucking
Oh
start.
no,
to
I
go
thought punch
wild.
drunk is when you got hit so many fucking
I
times.
thought that too.
I
so
thought Punch
now
Drunk
I
was an
think
Adam Sandler movie.
Shut
it
up.
is, but that's like
Shut
so.
up.
I thought that for a long time too, and then somebody corrected me and said like, no, punch drunk isn't when you got punched so many times you make bad mistakes. It's like you're you're almost drunk on the fact that like I don't even have to. I don't
Oh,
even have to
I didn't
use
know
like
that.
tactics anymore. Like I'm just gonna fucking just blah, blah blah. And as soon as you do that and you're not using tactics, the other person can use tactics.
I think I'm right
you
on
get
this
popped.
though.
You might be.
Yeah, I think on this one.
No one
We'll
sees
ask
the
the-
eye poking at all, really.
Dude, you and your
That's how he won the first fight, bro.
What? You're still fucking talking shit. He won.
I know, but he almost won this fight because he was poking him in the eye, dude.
Goddamn,
Like
what a
that's how
great
he won
main
the
event.
first
But
fight.
the eye pokes happen though.
Yeah.
that
they-
much? That
Dude,
shit was crazy. Like
Kinda, yeah.
the
So now
second
that-
fight, it was so clear that
He
he
got
was punching.
poked in-
Like I know, I get it. Like you're filling him out. You know, you're throwing your jabs, dude. If someone's thumb goes in your eye and you can't see, and you're looking at the ref, which if you go back to the replay, that's
Yeah.
what happened. And Stipe was like, dude, like I can't see. Like he's poking my eye again.
Here's the thing.
No
dude.
one sees that. Like
Well, here's the
that's
thing,
how
dude.
he got knocked out the first fight.
I didn't hear Stipe mention that once.
Yeah.
he didn't mention
didn't.
it the last fight.
Well, that's
Okay.
kind of on him, right?
Well,
He's not
either
gonna-
on him or it didn't affect him
didn't,
the
yeah.
way that you're thinking that it affected him, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You
because
know?
I don't know if Stipe. I mean, I
If
saw
you
the.
watch it,
no.
it's
I
so
agree.
clear.
I agree. I think I saw him get punched in or eye poked a couple of times, but it was weird that in 2 fights he's never mentioned that he
Mentioned the
got
eye
poked
poke.
in the eye.
Yeah.
Because he's not gonna make any excuses. He's a champion. Like, but the thing is, the only reason he lost the first. Okay, how many DC
I'm not
hit
gonna
him?
disagree. I'm not gonna argue.
DC like hit him as hard as he could 20, 30 times this last fight, right?
Yeah.
With everything,
Yeah.
it was
With
it
everything.
was literally the
last
record.
fight.
Kitchen sink,
He
yeah.
poked his eye clear as day. They stopped it, and then they went back. He got him in the clinch. Boom. That same eye he poked, he knocked him out. Which was I was telling you that like all day. I was like, dude, the only reason DC won that fight because he poked that eye.
But I don't think
and
an eye poke is gonna make you.
Bro, if you
fucking
can't see that hit
susceptible.
coming,
but it's not gonna make it so that you
a
can't. take a
heavyweight,
punch.
bro. Like you get hit
I
and
think
you
it was
can't
at
see
10,
it coming.
I think it was at 10 pounds that fucking DC didn't have.
Nah,
on.
man. I
Maybe.
think it was the eye pokes, bro. And he hit him with the eye pokes, and I
I think it was Knuckles.
Stipe trained for that. Like, dude, I'm gonna get poked in the eye. That's how he throws his jabs.
I made a joke when I was talking to Tim about it earlier. Like he just watched a shitload of Bloodsport. Remember on remember on Bloodsport? That's how Stipe fucking trained with like getting
Yeah,
salt in his
exactly,
eyes
yeah.
or whatever. That what was that thing in Bloodsport that got Jean Claude Van
dust
Damme?
that he threw in his
Some
eyes,
magic
like,
Asian dust that fucking made him
Oh,
fucking
yeah, that
get all
blinded him.
blind in
Yeah.
slow mo.
Yeah.
But he fucking fought his ass off.
Hey, dude, like it's real quick, stupid, dumb ass story. When I was a little kid, this kid was bullying me and beating me up in my back, in my
Makes
front
sense.
yard. In my front yard. Well, I was
Makes
a little
sense,
kid.
right?
I was a little kid. He was bigger, older than me, and we
Still
would play.
makes sense.
But he was
40.
just bigger and stronger, right? And I had seen this goofy ass fucking Disney movie where Davy Crockett movie, where like the guy, this big strong guy, was beating up Davy Crockett. Davy Crockett went to
Grabs
the
a
ground,
hand-
grabs a handful of fucking sand, threw it in his face. And like this kid was beating me up in my fucking front yard, dude, in my house. And fucking, I went down to the ground and I did the same thing. I watched it on a Disney movie. I grabbed a handful of fucking, threw it in his face. He went like, and it hit his face. We're children, but in my mind, he's a big, strong man, and I'm not whatever.
was 8?
I threw it. Yeah,
This
yeah,
happened
totally.
last week.
I threw it in his face, and he just like before I could even attack, he just started crying, and then he told my mom and his mom, and I got in trouble.
He was 8 years old, dog.
Yeah.
What's wrong
But I
with
didn't-
you?
I mean, like
He was
shit
beat.
particles.
I
in
was
there.
Whatever,
6
Wes.
years old. He's beating me
whatever,
up.
bro.
41.
Dude, you know,
Did
hey,
he poke
Mr.
you in
Walt
the eye?
Disney, Mr. Walt Disney, thank you. It's a great
Did
tactic.
he win the belt after that?
The
Dude,
David
I went
Crockett.
Bloodsport before there was Bloodsport.
Yeah.
Because that shit happened in 1945.
My big argument the first
The
time
early
was when
40s.
I don't
Stipe
even know what the
lost.
fuck Davey
I
Crockett
kept
is.
telling Brian, I was like, dude, the only reason he lost is because he got poked in the eye.
You know
Wow,
what?
really? That's
So
the
big-
only
okay.
reason?
But
Hell
either way,
yes.
you know
No,
what?
man,
I didn't hear
stop
Stipe say that, so it might
Stipe
be.
is not gonna say that.
But the big question is now: is there a trilogy, or does
Better question. What
Cormier-
happens now?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If-
like do
if
they-
there is a
do they do
trilogy,
third?
Cormier should have some common sense and take him down, bro.
The-
Because when he takes him down, it's over.
Yeah.
The real
seriously.
question is like, well, there is no real answer to that question. It's up to DC. It's not up to Stipe.
What do you think's gonna happen though?
I think, like if I had to roll the dice,
You think DC goes back and
DC's
DC
not
goes?
gonna go out in a
do you
loss.
think? I know. Do you think he goes to rematch him? Do you think he
Yeah.
goes to rematch fucking John Jones? Which would be
Jones
fucking
fucking
if I was
stupid.
DC,
He
I want to
does the
fucking
rematch,
I wanna
the
end
Stipe
He didn't
rematch.
get the trilogy with John Jones. He even said it. If I lose twice, there's not a trilogy. John Jones says I'm not interested in going to fucking heavyweight. So guess what? DC is gonna go. Let's do that goddamn trilogy, and you better bring your A game. And I'm because they brought
gonna
their
be
B
good.
game, bro. They both brought their B games, and they even said
I don't
afterwards.
think so.
I could. I'll
Stipe was like,
co-sign
I
that.
have no
I don't
idea
think
what
so.
I was doing. I can't believe what I was
I
thinking.
think
And
it
then
was
DC's like,
mostly-
my corner's telling me to fucking take him down.
Neither one of
and
them
I wanted
stuck
punch
to their
him.
game.
I think it was.
plan.
I think it was
dude.
mostly what you were saying. Like each
Gotta
of them
have a
were in their
trilogy now.
heads,
Right.
Like, and it wasn't.
So now
but
it's the third time. I'm not in your head. You're not in my head. We're coming with our A game.
Wes is hyping me up right now.
Dude, I'm
Wes is
excited
hyping
for
me up
that.
for this.
If that
Fuck the
happens,
John Jones fight.
DC
Yeah.
has
I wanna see-
to take him down, bro.
I agree. I mean,
Right
that'd be
now,
the only way he'd win.
Fedor out of the question. You got number one heavyweight fighter, Stipe now. Daniel Cormier,
Wait, who do
number
you think's,
two
who do you think's the
heavyweight
best
fighter.
heavyweight that's ever lived?
Fedor.
Get the fuck out of here.
Bro, then you didn't understand fighting back in the
The
Pride
1940s.
days.
brought
Yeah,
this
the
up earlier.
1940s. Yeah,
talked about this
1940s, yeah.
earlier.
Like, yeah. But in the UFC, if you're talking about UFC,
Mm-hmm.
then I'm gonna say now. Then I was gonna say DC. Now I say Stipe, and now I go Stipe number one, DC, number two, and whoever wins this fight solidifies themselves as the best heavyweight champion in the UFC ever.
The
That's how that
heavyweight
shit goes down.
championship is crazy, man. Like you get hit once, you could be the best. Get hit once, clipped.
That's why
and,
there's
and
a-
then you ain't shit after that.
So here's the thing, bro.
Like-
And it's so
there's
easy for that
only
to happen.
So Tim,
Cain
this is what I'm
Velasquez,
saying.
man, is a great example.
Exactly. So Tim, here's what I'm saying. Fedor is the only heavyweight champion that cleared out a division when there was steroids, when there was everything. Like back in the day, only Fedor. Now, in the UFC, there's never been a heavyweight champion that can clear out a division
As I
like
could
John Jones did, like Anderson Silva did,
But-
like fucking George St. Pierre did.
From
like
what I
fucking Matt
remember, though,
Hughes
is
did.
most the fighters that we know of were like 205.
What do you mean? I don't understand. What do you mean?
They were light heavyweights
Who?
that he fought back in Pride.
Fedor?
Yeah.
It was the heavyweight. Like no matter it was.
No,
still
it
the
was their heavyweight.
Fedor was a
But
small
when they went to the
heavyweight.
UFC, it was light heavyweight. It was
I get it.
205
Yeah.
fighters.
All
It
I'm
wasn't.
saying
It
is-
wasn't heavyweight fighters that he
I'm
was
saying-
fighting. Like everyone that he beat were 205ers.
I don't
If you-
agree, dude. Kevin Randleman? No, I
Kevin
don't
Renner
agree.
went to 205.
He went to 205. Okay, yeah.
If
All
you
I'm
look
saying-
up all the
So-
fighters that he beat,
Who are you
they're-
talking about?
Fedor. I'm
Fedor.
talking
So
about
here's
Fedor.
Fedor's
I'm
got
saying
Fedor is
They were like 205ers, dude. They were not heavyweights.
he's
Because
kind of right. So Antonio Rodrigo Nogueira, someone he
Nogueira?
beat, Gary Goodrich, if you guys remember that.
Nah, I don't remember.
I do remember
Mark
Gary
Coleman, Kevin Randleman.
These are
Kevin Randleman's
big.
205.
Antonio Rodrigo Nogueira again. Wow, he fought him back to back. So it was a no contest on that one. Then he comes back and beats him. Wow, Mirko Krokop.
Crocop 205er, bro.
Mark Coleman, Mark Hunt, Matt Linlin, Tim Sylvia, Andre Arlovsky, Brett Rogers.
Those are
all
heavyweights.
heavyweights. Dude,
Yeah,
no,
those
they're
are
all heavyweights.
But they're
But
whack
back-
heavyweights.
Hold on.
No, but you're
He
saying that
lost
these
to
guys that are
Verdun.
205ers, those are guys
He
that
lost
cut
to
weight
Bigfoot.
to get out of heavyweight.
He lost to Dan Henderson.
Yeah, that's
Dan
the end
Hendo's
of
a
his
fucking
career.
185er, bro. Like, he could easily fight at 185.
Yeah, yeah. That's the end of his career.
Fabricio Maldonado.
I'm talking about his pride. In Pride, he wiped out
He
everyone.
beat Frank Mir. He beat Chael Sonnen. So let's go
Chael
to
Sonnen's 185.
Right. That I'm
So
not
let's
talking
go
about that.
to-
shit.
His big names that he beat, except for like Tim Silva or whatever, those guys are not. If they fought today,
But it's not
heavyweight,
today, dude. That's what I'm saying.
anyone
I'm saying
would dominate
then.
them. The big names he beat were 205ers or 185ers.
All right.
Bro.
Okay. Yeah.
So check this out. DC. If we're going to DC, let's
DC
go.
beats some
okay,
real
so
heavyweights.
all right. So let's see. Let's go all the
DC
way
hit
back.
like
so
DC beat more current heavyweights.
yeah, Antonio Silva,
Real heavyweights.
Jeff Monsoon,
Monsoon.
Josh Barnett, Frank Mir, Rolly Nelson, Patrick
Rolly
Cummings,
Nelson's
Dan
big
Henderson. Damn, Henderson
Yeah, he
Damn,
went up to
Hendo
heavyweight
again?
at
loses
at,
to John Jones,
in-
loses to Anthony Johnson, loses to Gustafson, or excuse me, beats Anthony Johnson, beats Gustafson,
Whoa,
beats
who
Anderson
you
Silva,
talking? Oh, I was
DC.
talking about DC. Yeah, yeah.
beats Anthony
Now you're
Johnson
in- now
again.
you're in
You're talking
205.
about when he
Now you're
was
in
fighting
light-
at
now you're in
205.
light
I
heavyweight.
know.
Yeah. So my point
Derek
is,
Lewis, heavyweight.
Look at the
right?
names. Look at the names that DC beat.
All right, let's go to Stipe.
Oh, Stipe, man.
Let's go, Stipe.
He fought real heavyweights, not like
Yeah. All the best heavyweights in the UFC for that time period.
So who's the best fucking heavyweight?
Fedor has cleared
Yeah.
out a heavyweight
Daniel
division.
Cormier loses it. Francis Ngannou, Junior dos Santos, Alistair Overeem, Fabricio Aldun, and Andre
Those are
Arlovsky,
big names already, dude.
Mark
But
Hunt,
those aren't
Mark
all
Hunt,
while he had a
Fabricio
belt.
Maldonado,
I'm talking about as
Gabriel
a champion.
Gonzalez,
Gonzalez.
Defending the belt.
Gabriel
Yeah, defending the
Gonzaga,
belt.
That's
Roy
Not who's the best
Nelson.
heavyweight.
Roy
the best
Nelson,
heavyweight
I mean,
champion.
Come on.
I don't
At
know.
our
I would
time.
say Stipe and DC might be pretty even as far as heavyweights are concerned.
Yeah, because you guys are
Heavyweights.
because your guys' minds
now.
are in the now, but none of them cleared out a heavyweight division.
Oh, then Fedor.
Only
I
one
guess I can
guy
agree
did-
with. Yeah,
That's
I guess
why I'm saying
I'll
that.
co-sign that. I guess after reading that, now I will.
They had their
I'll-
ups and downs, and they
I
have
will.
wins.
I was talking to Tim earlier. What Tim was saying, Fedor, and I was like, but after reading that,
That was
yeah,
part of my argument. I was
Fedor,
like, dude, I think
It was
Fedor's
back
one
in the
of
day,
greats
but that's
of all
like
time.
saying, like, Hoist Gracie isn't the greatest, whatever. Like, dude,
Uh,
there were no weight divisions
Yeah,
back then. That
yeah.
guy cleared, beat. That guy had to fight 3 times or 4 times
Greatest
in a row
heavyweight ever?
in one night,
Espejo?
and had to fight heavyweights.
I'd say DC still.
really?
Yeah.
I changed my mind to Fedor. Tim,
Stipe,
are
man.
you tripping? Spejo? I mean, Wes.
Fedor altogether right now, it's Stipe. But if Daniel Cormier rematches Stipe, whoever wins that is the current
I have faith.
best.
Right
Okay.
now, yeah.
I agree
right
with
now.
that.
Things
I'll
get
agree with that
complicated.
too. Yeah.
You know, anytime you,
I agree
you
with that.
call somebody the GOAT, you have to be like, well, is Mike Tyson the GOAT? Well, is Ali, is
Yeah,
Ali the GOAT?
yeah.
Like, dude, there are time
All right.
periods.
That's
Diaz
what's cool about
versus-
the UFC, though. We
Diaz
can do
versus
that.
Diaz versus
They'll do that.
Pettis.
My bad.
Great fight. Diaz,
great fight.
Diaz,
Loved it.
dude. Diaz had a brilliant game plan. He knew. He's like, man, I had to start. He's like, I'm normally a slow starter. I had to fucking start. I had to start quick. That's why I got tired so fast because this is a 3-round fight. Most of the last fights I fought were 5-round fights, and I had to fucking get up in that asshole.
Dude, when you hear
Came in
Diaz
hot.
talk, you think like, is this guy smart? But when you see, when you hear what you just said about his game plan, like that fight IQ is fucking
Fight IQ
through the roof.
Is out of
But
this
you
world.
hear
Maybe
him
he
talk.
can't articulate things,
Yeah.
but even he
I just said that
articulates things
today.
good. When he's like, I'm going to fight the weedy guys, but, I'll never forget the fucking interview you had with Ariel Hawani. He was like, when you're at fucking high school and you're at the fucking, in the cafeteria. And there's some motherfuckers, blah, 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 but there's that one motherfucker that steps, there's tough guys, whatever. There's that one guy that steps up on the fucking table and he's like, fuck all you motherfuckers, blah, blah, blah. He's like, I want to fight that guy.
I remember that.
I'll never forget that.
I love
and
that.
he's still saying,
Such a
I want to
badass.
fight the Wheaties.
Yeah,
boy."
he always wanted
And
to
he
fight.
beat the
I
Wheaties.
I like his logic on how he comes to the conclusion on who is a reputable opponent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like
100%.
he'll say, like, look, I don't want to fight this dude who you guys all hype up. He comes in, he fights 3 fucking fights.
He's been in the UFC for 3 years.
He's been in
got
the
a
UFC,
belt.
fights 3 fights, wins the belt, loses it. You guys all forget about him, and then we move
Yeah.
on to the next one. He's like, I want to fight someone who's a fucking seasoned person who has experience, who's also fucking has ups and downs, because that's experience, you know?
Experience.
You winning all the time is not much of experience. You just keep winning, but you fucking going through a loss, coming back from a loss, going to win, all that shit. That's experience.
3 years
Taking
off,
3 years
coming
off
back.
and
Coming
whooping
back
that
and
ass.
winning.
Pettis?
Dog.
I think
With a
people
unanimous
underestimated
decision?
Nate Diaz. They're like, dude, this guy has ring rust for sure.
That was a question in my mind.
I don't. I was
I
it
knew
was
he
never
was
my mind.
training, and I knew he was
I
doing
think-
things, but it's like
no,
I feel he
But I-
stays active enough.
I was
for
just
him
gonna
not-
say that.
for-
He does.
I think
He does
Diaz
way too much stuff. for
Diaz
him to get
was
ring rust.
quoted saying, he's like, it's so funny hearing these people talk about a fight camp. He's like, I didn't know what a fight camp was.
Yeah, because
That's
I'm
his
always
life.
Because
in-
it's his life. Like he'll go
life.
jogging for no reason.
I'm
He'll
gonna
be at
swim to
jiu-jitsu.
Alcatraz and back.
Yeah, he'll be in jiu-jitsu class and boxing class every single day just because that's what he genuinely enjoys doing.
He's never wrestled in his life, and they hit him up on the post-fight interview, and
we
they
just saw
were
that
just
today.
like, dude, like your wrestling's off the hook. He's like, I never wrestled in my life, but you know what? He's like, I got D1 wrestlers in my camps. I didn't even know what D1 was. All I knew is that like
I love
I'm
that.
wrestling these motherfuckers that are D1 and they're good. And I'm like, I learned how to wrestle without even knowing I was wrestling.
Yeah.
Because I got
He's like,
D1
I got
motherfuckers. in
I
my
got
fucking
good at
camp.
wrestling on accident.
And Chael Sonnen is laughing his ass off and going like this because every other word is motherfucker coming out of his mouth on ESPN.
You know what's even better?
so
What's
great.
even better as he's describing people are fucking. He's like, these fighters that come in for 3 years, no one knows who the fuck they are. They win the belt, then they fucking lose. Let's see if they'll be here in 3 years. And then
Cejudo.
Henry Cejudo
is right there.
is just sitting there right next to him, like fucking triggered.
Triggered? Oh, it's so fucking great.
Triple C.
Yeah,
He's just
dog.
fucking-
It's god.
Let me
I
play
fucking-
devil's advocate here.
All right.
Okay,
Hey,
so
Stipe is not the same weight division.
no.
Stipe would kill Diaz.
Okay, so everyone that fights Diaz has to move up in weight class. What is he? 5'9"?
He's 6 feet.
No, he's
Yeah,
6
he's
feet
tall.
taller.
He's
Yeah.
tall motherfucker.
Okay, so he's a natural 170, let's say. Right?
Probably, well,
Probably like more.
enough to where he
Okay.
doesn't have to cut a lot.
Why
of
does
weight.
Pettis and McGregor, his last 2 fights, have to move up to fight this dude?
Because they cut a lot of
Does-
weight to get down to 155, and they're not 155.
Why does he not fight
He's a
people
na-
in his weight class or 185?
Bro,
Like,
I'm gonna take the exact opposite thing you said. Diaz walks around at probably 170 to 180, so maybe he has to cut 10. He's a big dude, and he's not cutting weight, and he's looking at guys that are his size. You think Conor McGregor walks around at 155? Fuck no, dude. Nothing even close. You think Anthony Pettis walks around at 155? Hell no.
They probably walk around the same.
About
more
the
or
same
Same
less
as
around
Nate
the
Diaz.
same.
Nate Diaz is like, you know what?
But I also
Fight me
was
without cutting weight.
I was also saying like these were circumstantial fights. Like the
100%.
Conor McGregor, the only reason it went into that because the Junior Dos Anjos fight. Or I'm sorry, the
you
Rafael
can see
Dos
the
Anjos.
difference in size when they fight.
I know, but
Was
it's not.
Pettis-
Pettis
a big
the
dude.
same size as Diaz?
I feel like, yeah.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Not height wise, but mass wise. Yeah,
Yeah.
you could totally see that.
Yeah, Diaz isn't
Like,
walking
he-
around like all.
Yeah, he's a
No,
he's,
he's not a fucking-
he's a
Dude,
slim
Diaz
guy.
has a
Slim
good 3
dude.
inches of height on
I know, but
Pettis.
we're going
Definitely has length.
weight
Diaz
right now.
could easily do a higher weight class. Pettis had to move up 15
Dude,
pounds.
if
just to
Diaz,
fight this
nah,
dude.
Diaz, dude, if Diaz
He
would
would
have
be
to,
so
he'd have
much
to
slower,
pack
dude.
on some weight
He'd
to
be
get to
slower.
185.
My point is, I get it. Like Diaz could fight the 155ers. Let's see him fight a 170 dude.
He is fighting
is-
170
yeah,
dudes.
that's
well, no,
who? Weight
he
division.
just called out George Masvidal.
I
He's a
understand who
170
he
dude.
called out. I understand who he called out, but who's the last time he fight a 170 dude?
We're talking about a career though. Like this is a full career.
Connor's
this
not
is-
170. He's 155.
But
No, but
he
they
walks
didn't cut
around
weight.
at 170 and he didn't
Yeah.
cut any weight. And also that fight was supposed the reason they did 170 is because Connor didn't want to cut any more weight because he was supposed to fight Rafael Dos Anjos at 155.
No, that's not what happened. What happened was Rafael dos Santos, for whatever reason, couldn't fight They had 10 days to find somebody else. They called Nate Diaz, who's drinking a Corona on a fucking yacht, and they're like, "Hey, can you fight Conor in 10 days notice?" He's like, "Yeah, but I can't get down to 155. We got to fight at 170." And they were like, and then McGregor's like, "Okay, let's do it." And then Nate smushed that motherfucker.
which is cool, and I get that.
Without a fight camp. McGregor was in a fight camp.
I just want to see Nate
Nate
fight
fucking put the
somebody
beer
at his
down.
weight class. That's all.
That is his weight class.
Yeah, that's his weight class.
170.
So you want to fight
He's
like
fighting
Tyron Woodley?
155.
What would be his
Dude,
one? But
that's
what?
clear
What
as
is?
day.
But what is his weight class then?
170.
Okay, so
So-
you want to see him fight Tyron Woodley or Darren Till, who cut massive amounts of weight just to get down to
Everybody
170?
in his weight class
Or
that
he
you're
could fight at
talking-
155.
But
why,
if you're
why would
saying-
he not? You know what I'm saying?
But you're saying,
he had
like-
time to fight at 155.
You're
for this
saying
fight.
for him to cut down to a weight class that so he's a natural 170 is what
Yeah.
you're saying, right?
I would
so
say-
if you're
I would
saying
say
natural
so.
is 170,
At
but
his height,
everybody who's 155 is a natural 170.
Right, yeah. He's saying, like, I'm 32, 34, whatever. I don't want to cut fucking weight
Yeah.
anymore. I don't want to do this
He's
shit.
like, let me
You
just
know what?
fucking
I'm
fight somebody at my-
This is what I weigh. Bring
Let
him
me
on.
find out. I'm sure he
but I
didn't
also
have to
wanna
cut
bring on
any
a fucking
weight.
dude. You're not calling out George Masvidal because you think you can beat George Masvidal. That motherfucker just knocked out Darren Till,
yeah.
knocked out fucking Ben Askren.
Yeah.
In 5
5
seconds.
seconds.
Dude, that's a ballsy ass.
Nate is
crazy
looking for
gangster.
challenges.
My point is
Exactly.
he looks
Challenges.
And
great
he wants to get
Challenge.
paid.
Yeah,
off his
let's give it-
3-year layoff against 155ers.
What?
No,
what's
he didn't fight 155, bro. He fought 170.
170? He
My
fought-
point is he's
he fought
fighting
Conor.
155ers. Is Pettis not moving back down? Like, okay, we're not doing
But
170.
Pettis, but he's fighting someone in his
struggling to
natural
fight
weight.
Did McGregor
155.
not move up 15 pounds to fight him? Like,
But he's fighting McGregor at his natural weight. This is
his
someone.
natural weight, but that's not his fighting weight. That's my point.
This-
There is something
He's
that's going
fighting
on.
people
which
that
is
are
a lot more
smaller than
fighters
him.
are beginning to fight at their natural weight.
Yeah.
it's a
He's
good,
okay. My
healthy
point is
thing
he's
to do.
fighting people that are smaller than him. That's all.
I don't agree. I think you cut weight to try to fight people.
And
who are
also,
smaller
if
than
he
you.
was to fight
He's not
somebody,
cutting weight.
if he was to fight someone the way you're saying he should fight, he would be.
So
fighting.
you're saying him and Pettis are the same size?
Yeah,
Naturally.
yeah.
Oh hell no!
Not height wise.
Let's look it up right now.
You're looking at the
Not-
length.
no, but
and
you're
the-
looking at
You're
length.
looking at.
We're talking
you're
about
talking about
weight.
mass. You're thinking about.
Weight, yeah.
I'm looking at both.
That's it's not a fair assumption because both of them can go down to 155.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact,
They're
Pettis.
not. They're being more healthy.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is a way better way of doing this.
Yeah.
This is a way like I'd rather see my fighters fight at a weight that's
So
closer
why is
to what
Pettis
they walk
moving
around.
down then?
Because he's crazy. And he was taking some L's at some different places. And
No,
he was like,
I think
let
he
me
was
try
crazy to move up. Not
No.
down.
Whatever.
No,
but
no.
he was.
I think
Dude, he's saying the
155
opposite.
is
He's
way
fuck,
better for
maybe
Pettis.
if I cut more weight, I'll be bigger than the guys down here and I'll win.
I
And
think-
it didn't happen.
Dude,
you know?
Pettis is like, what,
shrinking down to
5'7"?
fight
Yeah,
guys
dude.
bigger,
What's
smaller
Pettis, like
than him.
5'7"?
Huh?
Pettis?
Pettis
5'7"?
is 5. I want to
No.
say 5'9".
5'9".
Yeah.
Pettis is not the
5'10".
same size as
We
Dude.
could
Okay,
pull
so
it up.
so you
Diaz
think
towered over Pettis.
so you
bro.
think
It's-
Pettis
I know,
looked
but this is
better?
a height thing, not a weight thing.
Okay, when he fought
And
Ferguson,
we're talking about a natural weight.
Pettis
class
is a
thing.
155er naturally all day? Let's Google it right now.
nah.
Man.
It's like saying
Dude,
Daniel Cormier
a
versus
grown-
John
dude,
Jones.
Put it this
Yeah.
way: a grown,
Going down.
Just taller
a
and
grown
longer.
man getting to 155 is hard. Just
is.
It's
in
a-
general.
it's a lot, dude.
Just like for a grown man to get to 155 is fucking pretty difficult.
Dude,
Let me.
I don't
find-
even
dude.
weigh 155.
Man, I don't even know if I can.
I
talking-
weighed myself yesterday.
Anthony
it was
Pettis is
175.
1
Yeah.
inch
To get to
1
155,
inch,
I just be
2 inches shorter than
skinny weakly.
He's 5'10".
Who? Pettis?
Yeah. So,
5'10". He's taller
5'10".
than yeah.
yeah, he's
Dude,
fucking tall.
That-
155 is
This is
not
Anthony-
He did
Yeah.
not look 5'10" against Diaz, bro.
Diaz is a little
That's
bit
what Diaz
taller.
is taller.
Diaz is 6 feet tall.
You know why? Is because
Israel
Diaz
Adesanya is taller.
Yeah, Diaz is lankier, dude.
So Diaz
He's
is
a
6
lanky
feet
dude.
and he fought at 155.
No, he fought at 170.
No, I'm saying most
But
of his
has
career
one. Yeah,
he fought
yeah.
at 155.
So did everybody else. So did Conor
Yeah.
McGregor.
Crazy.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, I think that if we watch another Pettis versus Diaz, it's gonna be the same result, dude. I think we'll see it at. Well, I think we'll see Diaz beat Pettis at 155. We'll see Diaz
don't
beat
think we'll
Pettis
see
because
Fight.
Diaz is way bigger than Pettis no matter what. No matter how you look at it, weight and
he's
height.
very tall.
Yeah.
He's a tall,
Way
skinny
bigger
guy.
than Pettis.
This is
He's way bigger than McGregor.
going in
McGregor's
circles.
actually we're going in circles, but McGregor's actually thicker. than fucking Anthony, than both Anthony Pettis and
McGregor
fucking,
could fight at 145 and 155.
Nah, he could
170,
also-
hell no.
145.
he could also get up to 185 if he wanted to.
I mean,
I bet
but then-
I bet he weighs 185 right now. He's not gonna fight anybody
But
185.
that's
All that
that's
cocaine.
like saying Diaz could fight at
Sure, with the
185.
cocaine, he
You know what I'm
might be.
saying?
Dude, he might be weighing 185 with that cocaine.
Did we lose it? Are
Oh,
we done?
no.
We got a backup. We got a backup right here. If that happens,
You got the POV over there.
PIB.
All right.
All right.
All right, let's go ahead. One more fight before we wrap up. The fight of the year, or the fight of at least the night, was Romero versus Costa.
the PED
Dude,
is
this
coming
was
in
like if
hot.
you got to. This was if you cloned yourself.
Oh yeah.
If you cloned yourself,
It's like that movie Looper, where like
like, dude, you threw steroids on yourself. Dude, I could smell the steroids through the TV, dog.
We were not only, dude, and you got to meet him that day before.
I met him the day
Yeah.
before.
and you touched him,
And
and
you
all of
hugged
a
him,
sudden
and then
you
you got,
tested
like-
positive the next
yeah.
day,
Dude,
right?
I fucking
Started because
I
Usada knocked
took a
on your
picture.
door.
I got a picture with him, and I had my arm around him, and then Usada was at my door the next day.
knocked.
And they're like, dude,
Trying
you
to
popped
take a
hot. I'm like, I'm not competing, and they're like, it doesn't
no,
matter.
yeah,
Yeah, so that's
you got to pee.
yeah, you
She's
gotta
like,
just pee into this.
Usada's like, that's how we have to catch Romero
Yeah,
because he's sneaky.
We got to go through you.
Yeah.
But dude, we were just to big up our fucking night. We had another UFC fight night event. The Donkey Show threw a party at
Cabo
Cabo
Cantina.
Cantina
It
in
was
Newport
insane.
Beach. It was fucking
It was
insane. It was
great.
awesome.
Check
There
out
was
the videos.
titties.
Great turnout.
People put dicks out. There's a dude
Yeah.
with one leg.
man.
All sorts of awesome things happened, but it was a
Titties.
great night. So a big shout out to fucking our special guest, Ian Butler. Big shout
you,
out
Ian.
to Cabo Cantina for having us. Thank you guys so
Yes,
much.
very much.
We had a fucking blast.
And thank you for everybody that came
And
out.
Thank you for
Totally.
every
And
fucking buddy who
participated.
came out and fucking played some games and drank some drinks with
The
us.
only mistake we made was handing out raffle tickets during
that fight. Yeah.
I was so distracted. So was everybody
too.
else. I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
they're looking
Dude,
up.
I kept
I'm
looking up. I'm like,
I
oh,
think I got
shit.
robbed like
Dude,
6
how
times.
dope was it that they knocked each other out
So
5
dope.
seconds, 5 seconds away from each other? Boom, boom.
That was fight of the night all day.
All
100%.
night. Friday night, all night.
Bro, I just want steroids in every single. I want steroids in all.
Yeah,
my
there should be
fights.
like a division, like the steroid division.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah.
It's called
Yeah, it's called
Bellator.
Bellator.
It's
In one.
They should
UFC.
do that in baseball
Yes.
too.
No, but they should do it in the UFC.
Baseball should be
They should do
Mando.
that in
Bring
pro
back Mark
sports like
McGuire,
football
man.
and
Yeah,
stuff.
dude. Bring back fucking black fucking Sammy Sosa.
Dude, how many football players do you think are not doing steroids in the NFL?
John
Not-
Jones's brother got popped for the exact same things that John Jones got popped
yeah.
for.
Dude, family
Yeah.
gathering.
And John Jones didn't fucking do it. They probably ate the same burger that had
Yeah,
steroids.
dude,
Yeah,
it was
they're-
Thanksgiving.
yeah,
it was
they're-
one turkey that
One
had
turkey
some
that had
weird
way
stuff,
too much
you know,
fucking
so whole
HGH in
family.
it.
They're like, which one's the steroid turkey? This one? Okay, yeah. I'll
take that one.
Give me
But
that one.
seriously, you watch that and you're like, dude, steroids all day long.
What I don't
Yeah.
get is the booing
fight.
of the guy who won. Like
I didn't get
like
that
he,
either.
Like he
I
picked
hate-
that he's gonna win after that makes no sense to me. How can you boo this man?
I agree.
After
Yeah.
that great
How can
fight,
you boo anybody?
like that is crazy.
Dude,
Like he picked
Either
someone
outcome,
gonna win. Like
either
that's crazy.
outcome, you shouldn't have booed. That
someone
fight was
A,
great.
a great fight.
It was a
Yeah.
great fight. B, someone's getting into the cage and fucking like fighting someone in a cage. He with their shirt off, with no shoes on.
God damn it, you know what?
A
Anaheim,
dude that
shame on you.
that knocks
Shame
people
on you,
Yeah,
Anaheim,
knocks
for doing
people's
that shit.
heads
Yeah,
off,
dude.
bro.
Yeah.
Like
Fuck, that's our people right
That's our
here.
people, dog.
That's our
I
people. I'm sorry.
apologize for our people
On
for
behalf
fucking
of-
booing.
You know what?
Of
No, that's not our
Anaheim,
people.
Southern
That's a lot of
California.
909ers that
You
came
know what?
down
That's
to
Wes's
Orange
people.
County. That's
Wes's
Wes's
Conor
people.
McGregor fucking fans, those douchey.
Dude,
ass time.
you know what? Conor McGregor punching an old man in the face. You know what? Oh, I had a logic. I had a
much.
logic. So here's why Conor McGregor is a worse person than John Jones. Why, you ask? Because John Jones did shit because he wanted to do it, and he didn't purposely try to hurt anybody else.
I think, so
He
one
did
thing
dumb
is
shit.
They both were on cocaine and
Yeah.
drunk. They were
He
both
just-
on drugs.
yeah.
But John Jones was
John Jones did dumb shit, but he did
unintentional.
Yes, that's
One is a pregnant lady.
Yeah.
The other one's an old man.
Unintentional. But I'm not. Believe me, I'm not sticking up for fucking John Jones.
Right.
John
But
Jones was just doing a line in
John
his car
Jo-
who was
straight
driving,
up,
which
just
is
doing a little bit of blow.
irresponsible.
You
But he
know,
didn't want to hurt that lady.
Yeah,
wanna
he didn't
hurt
wanna hurt that lady.
Conor McGregor, one
Straight
old
up
man.
punch, man.
But John Jones never intentionally hurt anybody.
Correct.
Now, fucking Conor McGregor, all of his antics smacks the phone out of somebody's hand, throws a dolly at a bus full of people who he's like, this could be a 50-50 chance that this is gonna hit a baby or a little girl. Like just throwing
No,
a
it was
dolly.
gonna- UFC get fighters.
Yeah, it was UFC
Whatever.
fighters.
It doesn't
I know,
matter.
but I'm saying like
They're
with the
cutting
logic,
weight. They're trying
with
to
the
fucking-
logic of not knowing exactly who's in the bus and
Zero
throwing a
logic.
dolly.
Zero
He has no idea who's in the bus. Throws a fucking dolly intentionally at people.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No
fucking
logic involved.
punches. This is the
Cocaine.
last
All
straw.
cocaine.
Fucking
Zero logic. All cocaine.
all cocaine. It's funny how
Coked
people
up.
aren't talking about that.
Dude, I don't
Cocaine
know why.
up.
Dude,
I mean, people are, but quietly.
Dude,
Let's just
No,
come out
I
and
guess
say it.
I'm not
it
really
kind of
hearing
trended
too
for a
many
couple,
people
like 2
talking
days
about
or
it.
so.
Yeah, it
And
trended
then
for a second, and then it
and
went
then
away.
just- yeah.
His PR person's a fucking genius.
Oh, yeah.
But dude,
100%.
fucking, he goes and punches. This is the point. If you're a Conor McGregor fan and you're still a Conor McGregor fan, you're like fuck a fan because you could be a fan of his fighting. I'm saying a Conor McGregor dick rider. Like if you're a Conor McGregor dick rider, still after he punches an old man in the face, you should fucking let him take the condom off and let him get you pregnant.
Yeah, here's the thing. Here's the thing. You could pretend
You
to be
fuck you.
You could pretend to be a douchebag like Colby Covington. It's still lame
Yeah.
that he's pretending to be a douchebag, but he's probably not a douchebag in real
He's
life.
not gonna
He's
punch
doing
someone.
it.
Yeah.
No
Conor
person.
McGregor,
It's
he's
for
not
real.
Takes the
playing a
cake,
role.
man.
Yeah.
The
He's just a
motherfucker's
That's just
fucking
life.
douchebag.
That's just
dude.
life. Yeah, he's a douche.
Motherfucker's a douchebag. And
Yeah.
He's, a
He's getting
douchebag.
caught when he
He's a
doesn't
douchebag
think he's
who
on
now
camera
is
type
famous.
shit. Yeah.
He's a douchebag who's now famous, rich, and is on cocaine and drunk all the time.
And a
That's what
douchebag.
happens.
And his
a
whiskey is
douchebag.
trash.
And his whiskey is dog
And
trash.
some old man told him the truth.
Yeah.
And his
You know what?
drunk,
What if that old man?
coked out ass.
We should
punched
have him
old
on the
man.
show, though.
I know.
Seriously.
we should find that
what
old
if,
man.
What if that
Great
man?
idea.
What if that man was like, you know what? I'm already drunk. Like I just don't want to drink anymore.
Bro,
Yeah.
what if that old man said, "Fuck you, you lame piece of douchebag shit. I don't want to drink your
I wanna
shit."
drink your
Yeah.
piece
You
of shit.
still,
I
as
tried
a
it. It's
UFC
disgusting.
fighter, don't punch the old man in the face.
Dude.
You're an adult
Yeah.
with 2 kids.
Not just
And a-
that,
and a
he didn't even
grown-ass
hurt
man.
the dude. The dude
Oh,
took it
yeah,
like a
let's not
champ.
forget-
The dude was
Yeah.
like,
Just
Dude,
like
that's
kind
the
of a
best
shoulder
part.
shrug.
the dude was like,
Was this in Ireland?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
in Dublin. It was in
You know
Dublin.
what?
Hey, you
That's
know what's
why.
funny?
It's Irish blood.
He's
Those
put
motherfuckers.
he's put away some tough motherfuckers with that left. He fucking hit at point blank an old man who
wasn't even
didn't see it coming on a bar stool. And didn't knock him
didn't
off
do
of his
it.
bar stool. And let's not mention, the dude was at a bar, so he was clearly drinking.
Right.
Yeah.
He
And-
punched
yeah,
an
in
old
Dublin.
man on a bar stool with his most dominant hand, who was drunk and did not knock him off his stool.
Dude, I sat there and I watched that for a
Dude,
few
that guy
times.
should fucking enter the MMA. Enter
I was like,
MMA.
man,
I
what
put myself-
bar stools are those? Because I'm gonna get those.
I
Like,
put
what kind of
myself
old
in the
man is
shoes of that
that?
old man. Just like he's just an old man. He just wants to be left alone and drink. Here comes this super douchey,
Douchey,
famous guy.
coked
He's
out
like, oh,
Conor
my, blah,
McGregor.
blah, with a bottle trying to hand out shots, and the guy just doesn't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
You know? Who
Hey,
cares
stop
what
it.
he said?
Your
I don't-
whiskey's
I don't wanna
trash.
take
I
it.
don't like it. It tastes like
Yeah,
ass.
yeah.
And
Which-
like,
I don't even think it was that. He was just like, I don't want to drink. He probably didn't even know who the
Yeah.
fuck
I watched
he
the
was.
video. Connor slams the thing down. And the dude kind of pushes it away.
Yeah.
Then Connor grabs it again, slams it down. Dude kind of pushes it away.
Yeah.
And then fucking
Shucks.
Connor hits that. Connor hits that
so
left.
we all know, like, it's not like we saw a video of an old man going, "Fuck you, you blah
No.
blah blah." He
He's just
barely
like-
acknowledged.
yeah,
Like, it wasn't
yeah.
even looking.
It wasn't even like.
He's like,
it wasn't
"Hey,
even
young
fair.
lad,
Like,
get the fuck
nah,
away from me."
I don't know who the fuck you are, but no, thank you. Anyway,
you know why the Amazon's on fire? Connor's PR people.
oh, what?
The Amazon's fire. They set it on fire so they didn't talk about Connor hitting that old man.
Oh, I see a distraction.
Going down,
Distraction. Gotcha,
going down the
got it.
conspiracy theory.
Yeah,
that's a good
100%.
move. I
And
like
cocaine,
that.
and cocaine.
And cocaine.
Hashtag Eddie Bravo.
All right, we'd like to thank you guys for listening. Again, if you guys enjoy the content that we are creating here today, go on to our Instagram page, like a picture. Espejo threw dick pics up there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So go ahead and like some of those shits. Yeah, it's weird, dude. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he's got one of those curved ones that goes up. It's super fucking weird.
Got
I don't
the
know
Puerto
who takes-
Rican banana.
And he's got a Walmart watch on, which is weird.
Yeah, which
It
is
says
super
Walmart
weird,
on
dog.
it.
Got my
It's
ducky on the side.
strangest flex ever. Also, I know. Also, go on our SoundCloud page. Also, hit up our iTunes page. iTunes is the most important. Please write a comment. Leave a 5-star review if you enjoy the content that we're creating here today. We can keep creating if you guys fucking like this shit, man. What the fuck, man?
And if you're one of the few Android owners, you can actually
one
find
of-
us. We're one of one. You can find us on Google Play. We're actually everywhere. Just
Yeah.
if you want to hear the
get in
episode
there.
and you don't know where it is, just go on Google, put Donkey Show Podcast will come up. We'll
Yeah.
we're
Thank you.
everywhere.
All right. And we'd like to thank our special guest today, Timothy Beebe.
Stipe.
I poke.
Yes.
I poke.
I poke.
We also like to thank our sponsors, Descanso.
Oh,
Check-
Descanso. Man, that place
It
is bomb
is
as fuck.
Benihana.
the Mexican
The
Benny
Mexican
Hanna.
Benihanas.
Yeah.
Get out there. We love it there. And we are the Donkey Show Podcast, ladies and gentlemen, and we are out.